Hello and welcome. There is an item on a restoration. When you're doing a restoration that is so easily to overlook. And the item that I'm talking about is the cowl itself. There is so many vehicles. You get caught up into restoring a vehicle that everything looks fine here and you just assume everything is okay until you actually put the vehicle together and you have painted it, you driving it, and you run into a storm or a good shower, rain shower, and you actually have water coming inside of your cab. And that's something you do not want, especially after you put all that money and time into your vehicle. I want to show you how to actually repair a cowl. Now, I like to use the 63 Ford Fairlane for example because you cannot find a repair kit to actually repair a cowl, and there are certain vehicles that you will have a hard time actually finding it, like the Falcon, maybe the Galaxy. There are vehicles that the Mustang is no problem. So I'm going to walk you through it step by step because this item definitely needs to be addressed before you paint your vehicle and go any further on your restoration. Now, for a project like this is my favorite tool. I like to use a grinder with a cut wheel. Make sure you have a cut wheel on it, and you will know it. It's going to be a lot thinner than a regular grinding wheel. And the reason why I like to use this because it gives me a smooth, clean cut without any heat. So as you can see, this cowl has already been repaired and it has been painted along with the vehicle. Now, I have repaired this cowl before I got into YouTube. So I have photos and I'm going to narrate it as I go through it and show you step by step. But the first thing you want to do, you want to take your grinder and you want to cut along the seam. And you can see where the arrows are pointed. This is the seam that I made. I decided to cut along here, and I'm going along the front of the windshield. As you can see where the arrows are pointed. And just take your time and just make one clean cut. So this is the cut that I made, and you may decide to do yours a little bit different. But once you do that, just remove your panel and put it in a location where you make sure that it will not get damaged. This is why it's so important to actually remove the top panel because you can see that you will find years and years of debris items that you need to remove, and in order to remove them properly you have to actually remove the panel. Now if you notice here, the cowl vent is actually missing, and the reason why this debris is still up here because I saw on the bottom end that there was some duct tape that was actually covering it. After clearing the cowl area, actually you can see how badly rusted it is right here. So we're going to have to remove this whole area. That is important. And if you look over to the side here, you will actually see that this is another reason why it's so important to remove the panel because you will find other areas that need to be repaired also. Now, this is one time I actually use a torch, and I actually use it for the internal area to remove the rusted area. Make sure you do not use a torch for the outside of the panel. This is the panel that I actually purchased. I purchased a panel for the 64, 68 Mustang, and I purchased the driver's side only because I saw that was the only section that I really needed, and I needed a metal cowl vent. That was important because I had to make modifications, and you're going to cut up this panel, and it's actually going to look like, well, mine's turned out like this. Yours may turn out a lot better, but either way, it serves a purpose. You will have to make some modifications. So I actually purchased one for a 64, 68 Mustang. Now, the passenger side actually did not look that bad. So that's why I did not have to order a cowl vent for the passenger side. Now, I must say, repairs are definitely needed on the passenger side. As you can see in these two areas here, they definitely need to be repaired, cut out. And once they cut out, you can just put new sheet metal back in place. Now, if you need more sheet metal, you go to Lowe's or Home Depot, you can get a small piece. That's pretty much all you need. The color that you see is actually this right here. This is what I use, the rust prevention. And there are other products out there that work just as well, but this is what I have used on the Fairlane. And I definitely recommend to put some type of rust prevention inside of your cowl to make sure that it eliminates any type of possibility of any future rust. Well, I must say I feel good about these two areas here, and you want to make sure that you cut beyond the rust spot so that you can make sure you actually get all of it. Now, this area here, this panel, I had actually welded back, but I had to remove it, and this panel here in order to repair underneath. And of course, as always, when you use your MIG welder, make sure that you spot weld. And you don't want to constantly weld all the way across because you don't want to take a chance of warping your panel. So weld in spots, let it cool down, and then just come back and weld it again. After that, just do your body work and you're good to go. Well, that's all it takes to repair your cowl. I want to say just take your time, step by step. You cannot go wrong. Now keep in mind, when they built these cars back in '63, I'm going to use this one for example, they had no intentions of anyone ever restoring these cars. So just take your time. That's why I did it my way. And you may have a better way of actually taking off the cover. But you see why I took the cover off the whole unit, because what all we had to do in the inside to actually do the proper repairs. It's definitely beneficial, and don't be afraid to jump into it. Get over your fear. You cannot go wrong. I hope this video was helpful, and I hope it encouraged you to actually go the extra mile to make sure that this item is taken care of. God bless.